Tomorrow, two of the nation's largest airlines are expected to downsize following the pandemic that dropped air travel by 70% compared to last year.
But as ABC7's David Furtado reports, the way to avoid downsizing is held up in Congress in another coronavirus stimulus bill.
At midnight Wednesday, $25 billion in coronavirus assistance for airlines will run out, leaving an industry decimated by the COVID pandemic to fend for themselves.
This has really been a real gut punch for the airline industry.
Throughout the pandemic, airlines have been riding their own turbulence. Carriers had to drop capacity by 80 to 90% at the onset of the pandemic, with a recovery in midsummer. Now, experts say air travel is down about 70% from last year, forcing many carriers like United and American to cut a total of 40,000 employees.
These airlines feel that they can't continue to just burn cash every day, flying airlines at, operating at a fraction of capacity.
United Airlines is expected to cut just over 16,000 jobs. American Airlines, 19,000. We reached out to both airlines for comment. Only American responded with a statement that further broke down the numbers. For American Airlines, flight attendants will see a reduction of just over 15,000 people. 8,100 of them will be on furlough. For pilots, they're looking at a 2,300 people reduction. However, United pilots came to an agreement that will avoid nearly 4,000 furloughs throughout early next year.
It's going to be a different industry moving forward, and it's going to be a smaller industry. Analysts and airline executives expect that it's going to be next year, the size of the industry will be about a quarter smaller than it was this year.
The shrunken industry leading to airlines across the nation hanging up the keys to over 500 planes that now sit in Roswell, New Mexico. But the path to industry normal, the same as every other business.
Scott Kirby from United Airlines, the CEO, has said that he doesn't think demand can return to 50% of last year's level unless there's a vaccine that's widely available.
Now, airlines have done several things like mandating masks, implementing extra cleaning protocols, and closing off the middle seats to help put passengers at ease. Domestic flights are still happening, says Ben, but business trips, which account for a large chunk of air travel, are still grounded. And without aid from Congress, downsizing is inevitable. For ABC7 News, I'm David Furtado.
And Goldstein says the airline industry is vulnerable to financial shocks, but the pandemic is the worst of both worlds. An economic impact felt worldwide and a fear of flying over coronavirus concerns. We reached out to the city to discuss how this could affect the Rick Husband Airport. They say it will be negligible.